Good evening, hikers, and welcome to episode 32 of the Acadia After Dark podcast. Returning after a bit of a hiatus, but I'm hoping to get back to some regularly scheduled shows, at least bi-weekly. Starting off, we're going to have a pretty fun conversation with Jordan of Goosepoop Games, a local indie tabletop RPG / board game developer, and he reached out to me a few weeks ago to tell me about a game that he's created called Black Flies, which is actually set right here in Acadia. Some of you might have seen me post about it a little while ago on social media, as I was a backer in it, and it is already finished funding. But I wanted to still have him come on the show to talk a little bit about what he's got going on and introduce you to him. So, hopefully y'all enjoy. I'll be back at the end of the episode to say goodbye. Let's get to it. Jordan, thank you for joining me. How's it going tonight?
It's going good. Thanks for having me. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, very well. Super happy to have you on the show. I'm very much looking forward to talking because I am very excited about what you're working on right now. And you've been a busy man. So I appreciate you taking some time out of your schedule to talk to me tonight. You got a hold of me a couple weeks ago to tell me a little bit about your game, and I read into it, and I was absolutely just floored how cool it sounds. So I'm very glad that you got a hold of me. Why don't you introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit about you and your company here?
Sweet. Yeah, I'm Jordan Dube of Goosepoop Games. So I started in Portland, Maine, designing games. I make a lot of like handmade stuff. The goal for Goosepoop Games is making absurd games, but also make them accessible. So a lot of my games are 10-minute teach or less kind of deal. I try to make everything like play as you go. The newest one that we're here about is Black Flies. So you play as cultists in a fictional town off of Acadia, and you're part of the cult of the fly. So instead of turning into a bunch of bats like vampires, you turn into a cloud of flies that swarm around. And you're trying to gather the most followers, resolve omens, and then seek your fortune to get immortality. So it's a lot of fun. I frame it as like a spooky game, and it is, but like there's no game master needed, so it just goes off the rails, and it's one of the silliest games.
Yeah. I've watched a couple of live plays of people doing it on YouTube and stuff, and it sounds like such a fun game, and just listening to the different directions that you can go with it. And I loved your approach to game making, where you made it not only like user friendly, but also the accessibility of it, because it really is like you can see you're learning the game as they're playing. in the
Mhm.
first time, you're still having like so many cool things happen the first time that people play the game. I thought that was so awesome because it hooks you in immediately. And also, I don't know how long you've been in Maine, but black flies in general as being the aesthetic of the game. I was like,
Right.
you could not have a more quintessentially Maine thing as a theme. The cult and then the black flies aspect. I was like, this is the perfect game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I grew up in Maine, and so I was just like, "Oh, I know the black flies."
Yeah, they'll carry you away in the summer up here. It's ridiculous, and I was so cool. I was so excited to read about the game, and I thought it was a really original concept. How did you come up with this one?
Um, yeah, it was really the thought of just like, what if, because I wanted a spooky game. So, like, Goosepoop originally is very lighthearted and absurd, very bubbly. But personally, myself, I love horror stuff.
Yeah,
I call it my self care when I go late night at the movies, get the big popcorn.
right.
Um, so there's always a part of me that's like, yeah, I want to work on a spooky game, and I'll make it just like in time for Halloween. Um, and so I was thinking about this back in May when I was at PAX East, and I was just kind of riffing off of my own ideas, just like, well, what if you turned into a cloud of black flies? Because I wanted it to be like very Maine centric,
Mm-hmm.
because I love it here. And then I had an artist come up who is David's. I can never pronounce his last name, but David came up to me like literally like 20 minutes before, and he's like, "Hey, I'm looking for work. Here's my art." And I saw his artwork. He does these demented Pokemon,
Oh
in full
yes.
black and white, and they're sick. And I saw like the Chansey, and I'm like, I think I have to make this game.
Honestly, the art was one of the things that sold me immediately on it. Is like I when I was scrolling through reading the synopsis of it, I was like, is cool, original concept. Love the style of gameplay. It's very different from normal RPGs I've played. So I really liked that. And then when I saw the art that was with each character sheet, I was like, oh,
Mhm.
this is so cool. And it
Yeah.
really is. It adds so much to the game. And you working on getting music too also produced. That's another set goal that you've got now that it's
Right.
funded, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So the game's funded, so it's very exciting. So there's definitely going to be
Yes.
music, background music for everybody, so you can totally set the scene. And there's also a free printable fly mask that you can
Oh,
have.
cool.
So everybody can be in their cloaks with the masks and have the spooky
That's
scene.
so awesome. That's so
Yeah.
awesome. The game is very atmospheric and very aesthetic. So that was one thing that definitely appealed to me. And I bought the $45 backer kit. I can't remember
Nice.
which level that was called, but it came
Deluxe.
having the map. Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
so having the map, I was like, oh, I want that. And then I saw that little postcard and I was like, this is just it's so good because it's so Maine. And
Yeah.
yeah, now that it's already funded, I'm just like I can't wait to get to play it. And I'm just now
Right.
trying to set up a group so we can do some hopefully live streams and try and play it come November whenever the stuff gets here.
Sweet.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So
very much looking forward to it.
the goal is like a quick turnaround. So once it completes funding, which is next week, which is wild. It's
Yeah,
crazy how fast the time is going. Um once it gets finished next week, I'm gonna be sending the PDFs out for the game. So you'll have it in time to
fantastic.
play for Halloween, that kind
So
of stuff.
awesome.
Yeah,
Very
it'll be
much
great.
looking forward to that. So you're based in Portland. You are an independent game company. Tell us a little bit about how you got your start.
Yeah, so there is this opportunity where I was working for the Maine souvenir shop, and they're just like, hey, if you want to work at the mall kiosk, you can just hang out there and then work on whatever you want on your laptop while you're sitting there. And I'm like, okay. So I used the what is it, the shirt folding thing as my lap desk, and I cranked out
Nice.
like 4 games. Um,
Ow.
yeah, so I had 2 card games that I made. I did all the art and the design, and then 2 role-playing games. The most popular one is Good Soup, where you play as woodland creatures, gather ingredients to make soup. You could use
That's so
real soup
cool.
to play. Yeah.
So cool.
It's-
Yeah, those ones, they sounded very different from Black Flies. So
Yeah, Black Flies
what
is completely
yeah, I was like, wow, like this is really out in left field for the experimental, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool though, branching out, trying different stuff. I'm
I,
very
I
excited
think
for
it's
you.
one of those where it's like once you play Black Flies, you realize like, oh, this is still a goose poop game. Like it's still weird and
Yeah, yeah,
silly.
yeah. Yeah, I can see how it can definitely get pretty wild as you go into it, because I mean it's a dark aesthetic, but then like the way that people play off of each other makes the game. It's not
Right,
like normal TTRPGs. It's more of a improv like class. Like
right,
it was like watching people play it. I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is really fun because it's not like anything I've seen before. And is this like what was your inspiration for the game as far as the mechanics of it? Because it's
yeah.
very
So,
unique.
um, I wanted a dice pool for it because I thought like, oh, flies. I could just see a bunch of like D6s rolling around, that kind
Yeah.
of thing. So I want a dice pool. What's interesting is the dice don't determine if something passes or fails. It only determines who it has narrative control over the scene. So um, and it's also you have a set amount of dice at the beginning of the game, and then whenever someone takes actions, it slowly depletes. So you can see like the tension starts to build the more you play. It just naturally like will get more crazy near the end because in the beginning you're like, oh, we got plenty of dice, let's just like do some scene setting, and then you see like, oh, we only have 3 dice left, let's just go.
Yeah.
Let's get all the crazy stuff out. And it's a
Yeah.
one shot, so it's like you don't have to worry about like your character and stuff. You just go nuts.
Right, right. And that's one of the fun things that makes it very accessible is you don't have to have like a prior, you just come into the game, you set a couple of, things about the scenes, and then you just go from there.
Right.
And currently there's 5 characters, I believe. Is 3 to 5
Yes.
players, right?
So there's 5 characters you can choose from. It's up to 5 players, because there's only 6 sides on a die. So and then the 6th side is like the omens.
Yeah.
But you can also get a bonus character if you also we're doing a cross collab with the Cryptid Show, which is like a news station style TTRPG where you phone in about cryptids and that kind of thing. So you get a
Nice.
bonus. You get a bonus character called the Scientist, and the Scientist is like part fly, and you can like control the flies that appear. There's something in the game called the Maligned. Um, and it's kind of like if you've seen like Jeff Goldblum's The Fly, it looks like kind of that, and they're like zombie like creatures like hobbling around, and so those are pretty cool. Those are probably my favorite aspect of the game.
Yeah, it
Characters
sounds
at least.
very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
very, very cool. I like that. I like that whole concept of it because it adds more. it added another layer to the whole thing. I was like, this is already interesting enough. And then that adds a little more of a horror, aspect
Right.
to it, right? Like almost it gives more urgency to the game.
Yeah, for sure. Because you could lose followers because they might just turn into a fly. You're like, oops, oh no. Went a little too strong there.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm so interested in seeing how that plays out in the different scenarios and stuff. It's a one shot now. Is there any plans to continue or expand it? Because looking at it, I saw like it sets a pretty good groundwork to then build other like campaigns and stuff off of that style. I
right.
really like that about it.
Yeah. I kind of incorporated some campaign mechanisms. So there's like a map where it's like map building and destroying. So you can like add locations to the map, but then your cultists. So like wherever you like stop in, it like slowly decays everything around you and things become warped and stuff. So you'll like scribble like sinkholes in the map or burn down houses, that kind of thing. So there's the map, and then there's another thing what I call boons. And so whoever gets the most points, like gets the most followers and stuff, they get to choose something for next game. And it kind of like completely changes how the game functions. There's like some cool mechanics, kind of breaks the game, but just in a silly way. Like one of my
Yeah.
favorites is called Beefcake Lumberjacks, and everybody just gets stronger every time they use the strength stat. So they just keep like getting really beefy.
That's awesome. That's a really neat twist to the game as well. Another just multiple layers to it made it really seem like it would have a lot of replayability. And
Yeah.
that's one cool thing, especially because honestly, for what it is and what you've made, I was like the backer kit. I think part of the reason that I was surprised is because I expected it to be a little more. And then I looked at the price points and I was like, oh, this is only like a $10 or $20 investment to get started. And then
Right.
I was like, oh, I mean, of course, that's like another layer of accessibility is now
Yeah.
like anybody can just play it because you got a PDF version that somebody can pick up and start playing immediately, or you're going to have the physical booklet. And you even did some unique things with the booklet itself.
Yeah.
You're very creative with a lot of your aesthetics
Yes.
to this.
So I made this choice for my games where I'm like, I'm gonna make all my games weird, like not normal books. So Black Flies flips upwards. Um, yeah, and
Like a fly.
like a fly, like it's flying out. And it looks really cool. Joke's on me because I'm also the layout person. So I was like, oh right, there's a reason why most books don't flip upwards.
Yeah,
This is
now
the
you got to
pain.
figure out the logistics of that and try and work it into Canva or something.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Luckily, I've made calendars before, so it's not crazy. Yeah.
yeah, you can definitely figure it out, obviously, because you've got a very cool design. I love everything about the game's presentation. I cannot wait to get my hands on it and play.
Thanks.
Um, so now that it's already backed, what's your next plans in the future?
Ooh, got a lot of plans. The next games coming up are there's one bigger one called Food and Evil, where players play as demons running a food truck. Um, and the book's gonna look really cool. It's setting agnostic, so you can like have a D&D campaign and then you just have a side quest where it's like, and then this food truck like bursts in and then we have to go find the ingredients and
So cool.
stuff. Yeah, and it's card based, so it also plays very like smoothly. Like I don't have to explain the rules to any of the players. Basically, it's like, here's your player sheet. All right, what are you doing?
That's
um,
cool.
yeah, so It plays really smoothly. And the book itself is going to be like a diner menu. So it's going to be this over laminated spiral bound thing. And then like extra um, like ingredients and characters and locations are going to be like the little cocktail menu that we stick in to the
Oh,
book.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Come
Wow.
with like 10 stories or something based on other RPGs that you may know. So a lot of
I'm
cool
gonna
stuff.
be I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for that one as well, because that is
Yeah.
another
It's
very
really
cool
I think you
sounding
can
style game.
search for it on BackerKit,
Oh, it's up
the
there already?
page.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Um
I will check it out.
Food and Evil. And then another one I'm doing is actually going to be like 5 little games. So I make something what I call skinny games.
Mhm.
So like I take a couple sheets of normal printer paper and fold it the long way. So that's what makes them skinny. And so it's going to be 5 games for Zine month, and they're all like they all use like one 6-sided die, and they're all absurd. They're all just crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, one of my favorites is called Full Metal Trash Can. And so it's like Full Metal Alchemist plus a dating sim, and you're all kitchen appliances.
Wow. It's
Yeah,
like you're rolling the dice to figure out what the
yeah, you can
it's like Mad Libs.
you can either date them or fight them.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
then there's another
I gotta
one.
say, one thing
Yeah,
I'm loving about all of your games and your every single one of them, I have no idea from one word to the next what is going to come next, because they are all over the place, and that is fantastic.
yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's my motto. It's just the absurd. Um,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple others. So like the last will and testament of hot potato. So everybody's gonna get physical potatoes, and it's gonna be played kind of like Clue, where you're trying to figure out what appendages you're supposed to put on the potato to get the will of hot potato. And then another one is called Liminal Horror, where you play as psychic fruit try to turn other people into fruit.
These are incredible, each and every one of these. This,
Yeah.
dude. Oh, wow, this is so fun. Yeah, I guess you're a game genius. Apparently, you come up with some cool stuff. Like
No,
every
I
one of
just
these,
think
I'm
of
like,
crazy words and put them together. And then I'm like, what if this was a game?
sure. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, you've got something that you're doing right. I'll say that much right now, because I'm very excited for. I mean, every one of those games you just listed sounds fantastic, and I can't wait to play the Black Flies. That's going to be getting through the winter here. I think that's going to get played a
Yeah.
lot around here, so I'm very much
It'd be a
excited
good
for that.
time.
And I'll definitely be keeping an eye on the other ones. So I don't want to keep you too long, but before we do call it a night, I would like to ask you, as I do every one of our guests, you're up here in the Great Pine Tree State. Have you seen anything spooky?
Yes, there's this one. I still remember it. When I was in like when I was young, probably like junior high or something. I was just playing outside. Um and there was one time I looked up above the house across the street, just like this like I don't want to say orb, but just like it was like it looked like a UFO shape, but it was like almost transparent, you know?
Hmm.
And so like it kind of refracted light, it moved around and then just like quietly slid behind the trees. And I was like, what was that?
Wow. And that was
how long ago was this? Is this?
Oh yeah, like 20 years ago, or like
Yeah.
yeah, like
Wow.
16
Wow.
years ago. Yeah.
No kidding. That's incredible. I've heard a lot of UFO experiences up here.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the I think in 2024 it was one of the top most active states for UFO sightings
That's
in
nuts.
like the entire country. So hearing that, but seeing a translucent one, that's something new because usually they're either like lights in the sky or they're well, recently it's been the drone thing, but that's a whole other
Yeah.
tangent. But yeah, that's very cool. Very cool. I haven't heard one recently on the show, so that thank you for sharing that story. I
Yeah, you're
appreciate it.
welcome. I still think about that. I'm just like, wow, that really happened, and I don't have any explanation on what that
So
is.
let me ask you as a follow up to that: are you a believer? Do you think that there's something else out there?
Oh, it like in terms of the entire universe, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. Because there has to be like just like as big as the universe is, like we don't know. There's so much that we don't know.
exactly. Yeah, that's kind of, I feel like that's kind of become more and more my opinion over the years. Like I was more skeptical, but nowadays I think about it and I'm like, it would be kind of foolish for us to not have something else. You know,
Right.
it seems very narrow thinking to be like we're the only thing here. It's you know, but yeah. So very much appreciate you coming on the show. It's very great to get to talk to you. Super excited for your game. You're a very creative person. I cannot wait to see what else you do. Thank you so much for getting in touch with me and sharing. And I can't wait to see what you do in the future. Before we go, where can people find you? And you got anything you want to plug while you're here?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can check out Black Flies at ttrpg.link/blackflies. That should bring you right to the page. Yeah, and you can check out all my other games at goosepoopgames.com. And then follow me on Goosepoop 207. I'm gonna start doing like live streams of more live plays of like more weird games. So other games people are making that are definitely as weird. I'm calling it WTF Game Club. So like yeah, it's gonna be weird stuff. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Those should start next month. I'm thinking either Wednesdays or Thursdays, but if you follow me, you can follow along.
Is that going to be on Twitch or is that going to be on your website?
On Twitch. Yeah.
Twitch. Right on. Right
Yeah.
on.
Twitch is just Goosepoop Games and stuff, so it should be easy to find.
Okay, cool. I will definitely be linking your website and stuff, socials in the description of the video, so everybody will be able to check you out. I appreciate you so much for coming on the show and talking to me a little bit this evening. Can't
Yeah.
wait to see the game. Thanks for taking time. I see you're at a convention here, so yeah, have fun. That sounds like
Thanks so much. Yeah, thanks so much for having me. It's been a great time chatting.
Hey there, hikers. Had a blast talking to Jordan tonight. It was definitely an interesting conversation. Super creative person, and I'm very much looking forward to playing his game. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed the episode. You can go and check out his work. I'll have a link in the description below, as I said during the episode. Yeah, hopefully going forward, we'll be able to have a few more interviews again. At least, maybe not as regularly as we did last season, but we'll see what happens. First year was pretty fantastic. I definitely am looking forward to another great year going into 2026. We're going to have the new season of Acadia After Dark coming right up. Y'all should see that episode in the next week. And hopefully, you all have had a great year. Spooky season is almost over, but that does not mean much around here because it is always spooky in my neck of the woods. as always, you can get more at acadiaafterdark.com. We have merch, news, blogs, and much more over there, and we are working on setting up a Patreon that will have some exclusive content going forward. Anyways, I hope y'all do your best to keep those lanterns lit and stay safe out there. Talk soon.